side jobs used to be the name for side quests, which were pretty substantial in Cyberpunk. So, I mean, them not being called side jobs anymore might encourage more people to actually play them, because they're kind of the main reason to play the game, really, in a lot of ways. The main story, though, I think I've grown to like it more over time. Like, the more times I played through it, the more I think that, like, the Johnny Silverhand arc actually is kind of cool. And they're actually not new glasses. They're very old. It's just, I have wind blowing in my face right now, and I don't want to start crying on screen, because that will be due to dry eyes, not emotion. This is how the game runs now, and it's freaking crazy. So I have 3 healing charges now with this character, but I can't spam heal. So I can only heal twice in a row if I need to. I can't just keep healing until I'm at full health, which is what you used to be able to do. I can also dodge much more handily. I just realized while I'm in a gun, I'm not driving. I'm doing the thing that I would want to be using mouse and keyboard for. But the dodge system is a lot easier to use now. You can bolt around faster. I have it mapped to my mouse thumb button. You can dodge in the air, which is pretty sweet. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that have happened with the movement mechanics that are a lot better, and that make the game overall more fun to play. And I know the update is free. The only thing you have to purchase if you want to is the Phantom Liberty expansion, which brings you up to level 60, or raises the level cap to 60, and adds the new campaign with Idris Elba. But you do not need it in order to get the 2.0 perks, because hey, Phantom Liberty doesn't come out until Tuesday, and look at this, I'm playing Cyberpunk 2.0. How about them apples? There, I just got half my health back for that finisher. I gain health also when dashing and sprinting. So moving around the battlefield helps me gain my health back. And I do recommend doing the NYCPD, or the NCPD calls, like these missions, because they give you perk points pretty frequently. So you just get bonus perk points on top of what you get with level ups if you do the NCPD and Cyber Psychos and all those things. So if you want to be ultra overpowered, which might really help you in this version of the game, then that would be a good way to go about it. My biggest problem with the original driving camera was that it looked like this. Hold on a second. It looked like this by default. So it was very hard to see the road in front of you. And like you had to kind of tilt it up there, but then it would auto level out, and it just wasn't very easy to drive. Now in 2.0 they did add the high angle camera, which is more like, sorry, in 1.6 this camera came into play, which made it a hell of a lot easier to drive because they actually had some peripheral vision. And now you got one that's almost like full-blown Grand Theft Auto, like old school. And if anything, it can become a bit of a problem because it almost gives you too wide an angle and it gets caught on geometry. But it's very nice to be able to drive around this city in a clean performance with and just look at how this game runs. Compare this, like if you were around during my Starfield streams and saw how New Atlantis was running compared to this, I don't know how anyone can say that Cyberpunk is a game that does not run well. Like, cause now it runs very well. It's not a broken mess anymore, everybody. You can see that frame rate indicator at the bottom of my screen, despite the fact that I'm driving around Night City, seeing a lot of pretty crazy stuff, running it at fairly high settings. It's still holding its frame rate quite well. It's not chugging around, it's not looking like it's falling apart at the seams, and it's not telling me that I need to upgrade my computer, Todd. I don't know, my computer can run this very heavy game pretty well. You know? Maybe it is you, Todd. I'm talking about Starfield, by the way.
Corner of Gray and Milagro. Early morning. We'll talk.
Cool. Perhaps after my race, Carrie. So that's another thing with the quest in Cyberpunk 2077. If you guys are planning on getting into it for the new update or for Phantom Liberty, whatever it is, and you've not played it before, a lot of the quests are gated by a day or doing another thing, and sometimes you need to do another thing. I don't know if maybe this update might fix that, because I think it was always funny if it said, hey, wait a day for this person to call. You'd go to sleep, sleep for 24 hours straight and they would not call the next day, because I think by wait a day it means like, yeah, go do another thing. Because a lot of the quests are things like, okay, we'll talk about this in the morning, so you still got the night. You want to do something that night? Was there anyone else who needed your help that maybe needed your help at night specifically? Because it's like a sneak in and steal something mission. And the more side activities you engage in, the more experience you get, which is very valuable for things like, you know, getting perk points and becoming stronger overall and having more gameplay abilities, more gameplay options overall. You get a lot of flexibility as you start getting abilities in this game, and there are a lot of neat things it does to harmonize them. But right now I'm kind of a layman to a lot of it, because the perk system has also been totally redesigned. I could show you that right now real quick. So I don't know, the attributes are still the same. So you still have body, reflex, tech, cool, and intelligence. Cool being stealthy stuff, and also a bunch of throwing knife stuff. But once you go into this, which I won't use cool because I'm not at full rank with it. There's my guy. The 20, I'm wearing glasses there too. That wasn't even intentional. Now this is 25 plus 25 stamina for performing air dashes and double jumps, so I can constantly be refilling my stamina that I can then use for ground dashes by doing that stuff. I didn't get this mitigation chance in the air. So mitigation is a chance to take less damage from a bullet, or not get a status proc from elemental damage like fire or corrosive, because unlike Final Fantasy 16, that damage types matter in this game. So it's worth your while to like scan one of the people who you're fighting and then see their weaknesses, so that you can, if you have some weapons that can exploit that, you can take advantage of them. I strongly recommend not starting over. Get your highest level character, just load their save file, and respec your character, because then you can respec a max level character, at least max base game level character, and fiddle around with it. Hey Rocky,